Here's the finished retro classic game console, all soldered and ready to play. Let's dive into how I built it. First, I started by checking the instructions. I began unboxing the soldering kit, with all my tools set up. I used my new mini cordless soldering iron, and it worked great right out of the box. The console parts were solid, and it looked like a fun build. As I got into the build, I made sure to have all my components organized and ready for each step. The instructions were clear and easy to follow, which made the process smooth. I started with some smaller parts, like resistors and capacitors, and worked my way up. The mini cordless soldering iron was precise and handled well, perfect for the detailed work on the circuit board. The more I progressed, the more excited I became to see everything come together. The quality of the parts is definitely solid. As I continued with the build, I focused on soldering the chip and smaller components, like resistors and the button. The soldering was going well, and I could see the project taking shape. However, toward the end of this part, my mini cordless soldering iron ran out of battery. It was a bit of a setback, but I quickly swapped it out for my trusty Kaiweit soldering station. The transition was seamless, and I was able to get right back to work. The Kaiweit station offered more consistent heat distribution, which made soldering even easier. It felt more stable and reliable for the detailed work ahead, and I appreciated having it on hand to keep the momentum going smoothly. Once I had the Kaiweits up and running, I could really feel the difference. Its heat control made it simple to tackle those more delicate joints and components, and it felt like the perfect tool for finishing the job. I was back in the flow and excited to see how the rest of the project would come together. After checking the next page of the instructions, I moved on to solder the remaining components, including the displays. Things were going smoothly until I accidentally filled one of the holes with solder. Because the PCB was quite thick, I struggled to get enough heat to free it up, but after some effort I was able to fix it and continue. This was one of those moments where I missed the flexibility of the cordless soldering iron, but the Kaiweit soldering station's superior heat distribution made the task much easier. The steady heat control helped me work through the challenge without damaging the board. A quick tip I've picked up from my soldering experience: I love using the horseshoe tip on my soldering iron. It's incredibly versatile and handles almost any job I need to do. I use it about 90% of the time and only switch to finer tips when I need more precision for small or intricate components. It's a real game changer when working on detailed projects like this one. After taking a quick look at the next instruction page, I moved on to the final steps of the build. With all the soldering done, it was time to peel off the protective stickers from the plexiglass panels. This part of the process was pretty satisfying, as the panels looked clear and sleek once the stickers were removed. After that, I assembled the casing by attaching the panels using the provided screws. Everything fit together nicely, and it really gave the project a finished, polished look. This step was straightforward, and I was excited to see the console finally take shape in its case. And here, we have the finished product. This is the retro classic game console in action. I'm starting off with Tetris, and you can see how smoothly it runs on this little device. The buttons are responsive, and the screen looks great for a DIY kit. Now let's take a look at the sides and back. It's powered by 4 AA batteries, but if you prefer, you can also run it via USB. There's a switch where you can choose between battery power or USB, making it really versatile. This project was a fun and rewarding experience from start to finish. The final result looks awesome, and it's a great way to sharpen your soldering skills while building something functional and nostalgic. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more cool DIY projects like this one. If you're interested in building this kit yourself or need the soldering tools I used, check out the links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed following along with this build.